Hi, my name is Jen Samson. I'm the principal designer at Jen Samson Design. We are a boutique interior design firm based in Southern California, specifically Laguna Beach. And we primarily work on high-end residential projects throughout California and in various states across the United States as well. From a very young age, I really loved design, both fashion and interiors. My grandmother was a major source of inspiration for me. She collected antiques. She had the most beautiful wardrobe. She had so many things that I still actually have. I think I took everything when she passed, or not, but quite a bit. I really found that I loved everything in the world of design overall when I was very young. I think that my true sort of, what's the word? I don't know. I really started getting into design when I was working for the Style Network, which was E! Entertainment's second network. Hopefully you remember it. It was a great spin-off of E! I went to that network when the network launched, and we covered everything lifestyle. We covered fashion, we covered beauty, and then eventually we started covering home design. And during that time, there were these shows that I was able to work on. Honestly, any idea for a show became a show at that time. It was such a young and creative network, so we would come up with these concepts and they would become shows. I just loved being around the industry overall. At that time, after Style, I ended up continuing on fashion, actually, and I went to work for Ferragamo. I worked for them for like 6 years. I did their West Coast PR. And I was still in that world, right? Still in the design world. And then I moved from Los Angeles down to Orange County and decided at that point that I did really want to sort of dive into interior design more. I just kind of jumped right in. I never went to work for a design firm. I had already kind of been a self-starter prior to that. I did also have a stint where I had after Ferragamo, where at the same time I was taking those design classes, I sort of fell into and started a shoe company. So I was designing and creating hand crocheted shoes that were made in India. Literally within a month or two after finishing that program, I was living in Laguna Beach, and I was involved in like a parent network, and someone posted that they were looking for an interior designer, and I went for it and got hired, and that was my first job doing design. And from there, it just kind of slowly and steadily grew and grew. I think I'm a bit of a chameleon, to be perfectly honest. I love to change colors and themes and ideas based on the project or the environment. I mean, as long as I'm inspired, as long as I'm like genuinely inspired by a potential client or project and the vision of what that house is going to be, I'm in. So I adapt. I don't do every style, but there are quite a few that I get genuinely excited about. I mean, it's funny because even when I think about it, when I look in my closet, I am not a one-note girl. I am like all over the map. Like I vintage shop. I love things from different eras. I love modern pieces. And that's very representative, I think, in my work and in kind of what we're known for as a firm. I have always loved wallpaper. Like, I have such clear memories of my great Aunt Charlotte and her like 70s metallic graphic wallpapers all throughout her house. I've just always absolutely loved it. And I know that it's, over the past however many years had like a great resurgence, but I've always found that it's such a great way to like insert art into a room, really insert pattern and create something really special by putting pattern on the wall. So not all of my clients love it, but I would say that I encourage them all to include wallpaper. And now there's so many other interesting wall treatments too that are I would consider to be bold. When you were asking me about like the boldness of that, and even all the textured walls that are happening and the saturated paint colors, and we're doing a lot of that lime wash and Roman clay and different painting techniques that are coming back that are, it's like a modern twist on something that was the Venetian plaster of the early 80s or whenever people were really into that. And I love all of that. I really truly do. Generally, I'm drawn to mid-century pieces because I feel like they can mix with so many different styles. I wouldn't do a whole house that way, but just like inserting a gorgeous mid-century piece into almost any style, I think really does work well. I'm constantly collecting small vintage items and objects. To answer your question about like, do I bring it into every project? Yes, we do. We bring it into every project. Is it like huge pieces of furniture in every project? Depends on the project. But in terms of accessorizing, when we come in at the end and we bring in all the accessories to really finish the project and complete it, a good number of those pieces will always be collected. I'm constantly, we've got a couple cabinets here in the studio that are just chock full of beautiful vintage objects. And I love like studio pottery. I love like Ikebana pieces. I love just a variety of things. So I'm always picking them up, objects to bring into projects at the end to accessorize. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and and there's a lot of women out there that have gone through this. But what I was going to say is, what that kind of did for me was it turned, that whole experience was a motivation in my life to really just spend my days doing what I'm passionate about. It's like sometimes in the darkest of days, you get reignited in what really fuels you. And for me, like interior design is such a, and has been such a passion. I have 2 daughters, so like going through that and coming out the other side and knowing that I can do whatever I want has just been like an amazing gift for me to show my children, like, don't let fear get in the way, and use it as a motivator and do what you love and live your life to the fullest. And I've always kind of been that person, but going through that was definitely an awesome experience in the end, because it really did allow me to just kind of know that I can just live my life to its fullest and do what I really am passionate about, do what I love.